Hi, in this tutorial we're going to look at the rain, snow and ripple effect in After Effects. We're going to look at how to insert them and just a couple of the basic settings with them. So we'll just look at the basics behind it, and then you can think of ways that you could actually add this to whatever it is that you're filming. So first of all, I haven't got any video footage, so I'm just going to click and drag one of these default pictures in Windows down to New Composition, and that'll create a composition for me with the size of the photo. Now all I need to do to add these effects is go up to the effects panel and, make sure I got my layer selected, go up to effects, go to simulation. Now in simulation we'll see CC drizzle, CC rain and CC snow, and they're the three that we're going to look at today. So to start with I'm going to go to the CC snow, and it automatically sets the snow on top of my picture there. If I ram preview that, we'll see the snow effect. And the effect is actually quite good straight away with the default. In the effects panel, I can play around with a number of different options. I can play around with the amount of snow that appears, so I could increase or decrease that, the speed at which the snow falls. I could also do things such as the frequency of the snow. I could do the flake size, so I could make them larger or smaller. I could play around with the depth and the opacity, so darker or lighter. So you could play around with all of those settings to create the type of snow effect that you want. Now the rain effect is very similar. The rain effect is also effects, simulation, CC rain, and I'm just going to quickly turn off my snow effect. And with the rain effect, once again, once it's there, it inserts automatically. And the effect is decent with the default settings. I'm going to zoom in this time so we can see the actual changes. Once again, I can change the amount of rain, so more drops or less drops, the speed at which it falls. With the rain, you can actually change the angle that the rain appears coming at the screen, so I'm going to make it look like it's coming diagonally. You can change the variations, so this actually means different angles for different drops. The drop sizes, I'm going to make the rain heavier. Once again we can play with the opacity. I'm going to make it darker just so we can see it for the preview, and the source depth once again, and I'm going to ram preview that, and we get our rain effect. So I'm going to zoom out and play that again. Now obviously the settings I've chosen make it not very realistic, but you obviously play around with that to get the effect that you want. I'm going to turn off my rain, and now I'm going to go to effect, simulation, drizzle. Now the drizzle effect can be used in two ways mostly. The first way is to make it look like rain is actually hitting the camera, so you've got blotches hitting the camera. The other way is if you had video of water and you wanted to have a rain effect added to the top and make it look like the rain was actually causing drizzles in the water. Now we don't have water, but I'll quickly show you how you could do that. So I'm going to undo this by hitting Ctrl Z. Now I just want you to imagine that we had water here, and I was going to actually make it look like drizzles on the water. So I'm going to go to Layer, New, Solid, and I'm going to make sure that my layer is the comp size, and I'm going to choose a greyish colour. And I'm going to do that because I want to set an overlay in a minute. So, OK. I'm then going to add my effect, so Effect, Simulation, Drizzle, and I'm going to right click on the layer, go to Blend Mode, and select Overlay. I'm then going to create my layer as a 3D layer, so I'm going to hit the little cube there. I'm going to hold down W, which is the rotate tool, or I could just go up to the toolbar here, and rotation is right there, and I'm going to rotate the X-axis. So I would place my drizzles, you'd probably do a bit better job than that, make it a bit straighter, and try that again. So you try and get those right over the top of your water, and you would then expand that out to get your drizzle sitting on the pond or the lake, whatever it may be. And as always you have your settings, so you have drop rate, which makes more drizzles there, and I'll do the rest of these options with the overlay turned off so we can actually see it. So we have our drop rate, which would create more drizzles. We have longevity, displacement, so the sizes between each one, the height, and the spread. And you get that drizzle effect. So if you imagine that on a lake with the rain hitting it, it would create a nice effect. I'm just going to remove this layer now, and I'm going to quickly put in that drizzle effect again, but this time I want it with the rain. So effect, drizzle, because this time I want it to look like the drizzles are appearing on my camera as the rain is hitting. Now with the rain, I'm going to actually make it a little bit less dark so you can see the drizzles a bit more. And once again, you would play around with your drizzle effects here to get the exact effect that you want, and you could have it so it looks like the rain is hitting the camera screen, which is causing these drizzles to appear.